Hey, what's up you guys? This is Rob from A Gay Guy Plays, and today customization has never been this hard when we get dressed to kill with our Stone Sentinel Atlas. Now, to be completely honest with you, this one is going to be a tad rough. I tried to go a little bit out of the box, but honestly the way the colors take on Atlas's stony textures make him look a little bit like a painted rock, and frankly I'm not putting my name on that shit. Combine that with the fact that several sections of his model contain gray untintable textures, and he does become a bit of a pain in the ass. And yes, I am referencing the fisting kind. So don't hate me if it is a bit business as usual. Now, Atlas currently has one alternate helmet, the Tartarus. Named after the darkest place of the Olympian underworld, this bell end is literally erupting from Atlas's shoulders. Personally, I'm still slightly undecided about how I feel on this one. I don't hate it, but I definitely don't love it. Regardless, if you're a fan, you can pick it up in the market for 75 plat. Alright, so his primary color dictates what is most commonly known as the bacon. While this is the section you have the most freedom in coloring, I would definitely suggest going for darker gem tones. Personally, I tried to make this work with off-whites, but honestly, it just didn't take quite well. Now, his secondary color applies itself to the rock on his thighs, forearms, as well as sections of his helmet. For this, I prefer different mid-tone grays all the way down to black. Moving along, tint color number 3 dictates the upper arms as well as his boots. Honestly, this is one of the sections I experimented with the most, but light grays and off-whites with a subtle tonality are the only things I really liked. I even attempted to flip 2 and 3, and trust me, it wasn't a good look. Now, tint color 4 is a bit interesting. If you want to keep this simple and easy, match it to tint color 3. But if you want an additional pop of color, you're gonna have to coordinate this with his primary. This can be a bit tough. But I suggest selecting an accent tone that shares the same saturation and has a similar temperature to your primary. And as for energy color, this doesn't really do too much to the overall look of the frame, as it only really affects small bits on his arms and back. However, I do have a slight draw to using oranges and reds, as they look kind of volcanic, and whenever he manifests rock, it makes it look like an eruption. And you guys know exactly how much I love those. Now, with that said, let's get dressed. So all in all, Atlas is a tad bit limited in what I would consider to be feasible customizations. Due to the fact that he comes with unalterable colored sections, if you shift too far away from those original tones, it tends to stand out like a sore thumb. However, playing inside the box isn't too bad, as the primary tone and tint color number 4 can heavily affect the overall look of the frame, with the other tones simply working as background shades to sync with. Plus, let's face it, when you're sliding in fist first, everything tends to be a bit of a blur. So thank you all for watching yet another episode of Dressed to Kill. If you haven't caught it, be sure to check out my previous episode on the new Void. And for those of you experiencing this series for the first time, be sure to check out the Dressed to Kill playlist. Now don't forget to do the things that I asked you to do at the end of every one of these. And as always, stay drop dead gorgeous. Help, they're going to rape me. Rape, rape, rape. Rape! Rape!